Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hi everyone, in today's video I want to talk about the 5 times daily prayers. Before I became a Muslim and when I was learning about Islam, I have no idea before I learned about Islam that I have to pray 5 times daily prayer. Right? Only when I started to learn about Islam and the practices and the beliefs and everything, that was when I learned that the 5 times daily prayers is one of the pillars of Islam. And it is one of the things that Muslims practice, and it is compulsory. So when I learned about that, I was a bit, scared that and afraid that I might not be able to keep up with it. I might not be able to do it because it sounds very tough, right? I have to pray 5 times a day, right? It might sound tough to non-Muslims and many people who did not grow up praying 5 times a day. That is why in today's video I want to share with you guys some of the things that has helped me start my 5 times daily prayer and continue to do my 5 times daily prayer consistently until today, right? So hopefully, Insha Allah, some of these things that I share, hopefully it will be helpful to you guys, especially to new Muslims who might be afraid of this 5 times daily prayer. And I'm going to share with you why it is nothing to be afraid of, and it is actually a very, very good practice. I will be sharing 2 things today. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to share is the importance of Salat, and that is the importance of the 5 times daily prayer, right? And to be honest, right, the matter of fact is that whether or not we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 5 times a day, it does not and will not affect Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Because He's already the greatest, He's the best, and He's the most powerful, right? So whether or not we do all these things, it does not affect Him. It only affects us, right? And this is one thing that we have to understand. And it's like, I will give you an example. It's like if a teacher in your school give you a homework, right? If your teacher asks you to do your homework at home, and if you don't do your homework, it does not affect your teacher, right? It affects you. It affects us. If we don't do our homework, it will affect us, right? It does not affect whether or not the teacher is good, whether or not the teacher is bad, right? It affects us. If we don't do our homework, right, we will get some sort of punishment if we don't do our homework, right? And it reflects badly on us. Not only to our teacher do we reflect badly, in the school, and to our parents, when the teacher tell our parents. So not doing our homework, it does not affect the teacher, it affects us. And I think this is a good example, to help understand this concept or this theory, right? And so understanding the importance of the Salah is the number one thing that has helped me. The second thing I want to talk about is motivation, right? How I found the motivation to continue praying my 5 times daily prayers, right? And motivation comes in many, many different ways, and everyone is motivated by different things, right? So there's a few forms of motivation, right? Someone can be motivated by the fear of something. Someone can be motivated by the responsibility of something. Someone can be motivated by the reward of something, and someone can be motivated by the love for something, right? So I'll give you guys an example and some examples, right? Some people, they pray the 5 times daily prayers because they fear the punishment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment, right? And that is one form of motivation. The second form of motivation is someone can pray Salah, right? And someone will pray their Salah, for the reward, right? Because they know that this is a very, very important thing, and they know that this is the first thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask on the day of judgment, right? So someone can be motivated, for the reward, right? As this can be their key to Jannah, right? And number 3, someone can be motivated by love, right? Someone can be motivated by, the love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? And, someone can, and these people, they are willing to, voluntarily pray without much pressure because of the love, right? And this is their form of motivation, right? And the last form of motivation is responsibility, right? And some people, they just feel responsible because they are a Muslim. They have to pray 5 times a day, and they will do it because it is responsible, and they are a responsible person, right? And so there's many forms of motivation, and I think it's important to find out what each and every one of our motivation is. For me, my motivation is a mix, right? It is 2 things, right? For the reward and for the fear of what will happen if I don't do it, right? And these are the two things that motivate me strongly. Of course, the other things also motivate me as well, but these are the two things that keep, me motivated, that I'll remind myself, right? If I don't pray, I will be punished, right? I will have to answer for it. And if I pray, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I will get rewarded, right? Hopefully, Insha Allah, I will get rewarded, right? And these are the things that motivate me, along with the love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and being responsible, a responsible Muslim who practices the Islam responsibly, right? And I want to do things the right way. So these are some motivation, and hopefully this will help you guys understand, because this is like homework, right? When a teacher gives you a homework, or when a teacher gives me a homework, right, I can do it for a few reasons. I can do it for the reward, for the scores. I can do it for, just because I'm scared the teacher will scold me. I can do it because I love the school, I love the homework, or I love the subject. Or I can do it because I'm a good student, I'm a responsible student, and I just want to do my homework because I'm a responsible student. So these are the few things, and yeah. And that is the point number 2, the motivation, right? Hopefully you guys understand that point. And now let's move on to point number 3, planning. And that is planning your day around your prayer instead of planning your prayer around your day. Let me give you guys an example. Let's say the example, 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon, it is duhur, right? And let's say you are at work and your lunch time is 1 to 2, right? 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. is your lunch time. There's a few options here. Number 1, we can go for lunch at 1, and then afterwards, after lunch, 2 o'clock, then we pray the duhur, right? And that is a doable option, but there's many things that can come up, right? There's things that, because it is after lunch hours, right? There's things that, there's emergency that will require you to do. You might have meetings after lunch, right? And so there's a lot of things, right? And this is what I mean by planning the prayer around your day. That is option number 2, planning your prayer around your day. So let's say 1:30, it is dhuhr, right? So what I will do, if that's the case of the example, is I'll go to lunch at 1:30, right? I'll go to lunch at 1:30. I'll go to the break at 1:30. I will firstly pray the zuhur, and then after that I'll go for my lunch, because it only take like 5-10 minutes, so I can pray zuhur and then go for lunch, and then I'll just extend my lunch break if possible until 2:30, because hopefully the manager or your supervisor understands it, because you go for late lunch, it's 1 hour break, and then you come back at 1:30. If not, I'm fine with 30 minutes as well, because I don't really need that long to eat. So this is the example of planning your prayer around your day instead of planning your day around the prayer. This is just a quick example of how we should plan our daily plans around our prayers instead of planning our daily prayers around our daily plans, right? I think it can work much better, but I think the first 2 things is the most important. Once we understand the importance and once we find the motivation to pray the 5 times daily prayer, then the third thing shouldn't be a problem. We'll do it no matter what, because we have the motivation and we know that it is important. And from there, that is how I started to pray 5 times consistently a day, and have been continuing to do so. So hopefully this has been helpful to many of you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see all of you in my next video, Insha Allah. I hope that all of you have a nice day. Jazakallahu khairan. Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bye bye.